Good
Yeah.
afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good morning, wherever you may be in the vastness of the galaxy and space and the universe as a whole. Today on the show, we have Steffen Henrikson from Denmark, a young man who has taken over the group, Pleiadian Scandinavia Netherlands, as the admin and is doing a great job there. And today he's just going to talk to us about some of his perspectives, maybe some of his dealings with the Pleiadians, where he might have first heard that term, and some of his first thoughts about the galactics. My name is Rocken Larry Locken, and you're listening to Pleiadian Talk through Pleiadian Express Productions. And Steffen, all the way from Denmark, welcome to the show, man. And hey,
Thank you.
let's hear it, brother.
Let's hear it. Okay. I want to thank you for the great introduction. Um, I first heard of the show and I was really high. I've been I was I had been smoking for like a year straight or something like that. And then I heard about the Pleiadians, and then I just felt something, a connection.
Yeah,
So, and that was a great support for me at that time, uh, because Pleiadians, it means, I think it means the helping ones or something like that.
indeed.
It does in Danish, I think it's called Pleiaderne. Uh, let's
You know,
see.
man, not to interrupt you, and you're right. It doesn't really matter actually what it's called, but you know what?
Yeah, yeah, it's all good.
That feeling that
Yeah,
you're full of helped you, that feeling that helped you, man, that's what they are.
yeah. We are all part of this awakening. That's what I see.
No question. No
At least
question.
for those who are ready to awaken.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's
all
for
good.
sure. Yeah, it really is. It's part of a bigger plan, and and so here we go, and I know I see it. We were talking about this a little bit on the pre-show here in America. I'm starting to see there's a lot of people awakened here in America, yet we're such a vast country and we're so spread out. And I know you were telling me on the pre-show you had a chance here not too long ago, or to hang out with the friend of yours here, just a girl that was a friend or whatever that was
Yeah, yeah.
Pleiadian too, about that. Yeah. So what was that like to get to connect with somebody physically that thought about? Okay,
Really awesome. It's always awesome. I even even before at the show I played a computer game with her, but then the server went down. Then I could talk with you. So it's all good.
yeah.
We play a lot of computer, me and my friends. I have to say that.
And it sure beats. People can say what they want to. It sure beats going out to a pub and acting stupid. You know what? I mean, it's good, clean fun, and I'll tell you, it really builds a rapport, I think, with people, of like mind.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's also funny to go out and have fun, and
That's
and
true.
you should do. Yeah, I do it like every day. Just maybe not so much, but sometimes.
You mean like, do you go, okay, like say, do you go ever out to the club with your friends and just kind of hang out, go clubbing, on a weekend night or whatever, and just kind of, hang out and see in
Yeah, yeah.
America,
Sometimes.
yeah, America's kind of not as much like that anymore. People are becoming more introverted, but the thing about America is there's so much drama, and boy, I'm going to take a lot of heat for saying this, but there's so much drama
Yeah,
that
I
it
know.
seems like there's altered. Yeah, I know we were talking about that before, and you already know you never been here. But the altercations and stuff, people seem like they're more. I'm sure that goes on there, no doubt, but people are more chill there. it's so, I don't know, it's different here, but yeah, that it's important to do that too, or just like taking walks in
Yeah, but
nature with somebody even.
if you, it depends on how you look at it. Because if you say it's, you know, you can look this way, or you can look this way. You know, so if you go in and with an open mind and
Yeah.
to say this, if you go in with an open mind, you can go out with an open mind, you know.
Yes.
And if
Yes.
you create positive energy, you get it back as well.
No, no, I agree too, and that's kind of, I think that's all one
Yeah,
of our strengths too as star seeds. Yeah, we have that ability to do that, and that's kind of generally how I've
yeah,
gotten to the flow of life, by being able to, I've had friends of all kinds of rough nature and this and that, and and in how I grew up, and you learn to love and placate, but listen to everybody, and you can generally get along with everybody by being that way, by understanding and knowing it's not personal.
yeah. Actually, and and if you begin to play with this, it's quite funny.
No,
I
I
met this
agree.
I met this hot girl just I don't know, a week ago or so, on something like that. It happens. It happens often, but it's a long time since I've had a girlfriend. So
Do you feel, Stefan, do you feel, as far as that goes, do you feel like nowadays versus maybe when you used to date before, do you feel like nowadays it's less, do you feel like it's less complicated? It's getting to the point where people are awakening to where it's just kind of cool to test the waters and just hang out with each other, if you know what I'm saying?
uh, yeah, maybe I
Less
should look at
drama.
it that way. In fact, but
Yeah,
it's still a
yeah,
lot.
yes. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Still emotions and stuff there and things like that. And it just seems like, I know, especially if you're talking about meeting a girl like that's a friend or a partner who's of a Pleiadian like mind. It's one of them things where there's not a lot of judgment, and it's just, you can kind of just hang out and chill and go from there and see where things go, and everything that happens is on a mutual basis.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I just,
Wow.
I think after this show, I'm just gonna swim at the sea, even though it's cold. Yeah.
Eh, Right, right, and that's not to say that you don't care. You're all loving and everything, but
Yeah,
you're not gonna let yourself just get all hyped up and disappointed and whatever. And it's not even like that anymore. But it's easy for us guys to do. I know, especially us starseed guys. Believe it out there, people. We are sensitive, and
yeah,
yeah, I agree. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice in a way to start thinking that way, huh?
yeah. But we are very sensitive. I know I am. I can be if I want to, you know.
Do you find now that you're starting to kind of see that maybe, hey, maybe you can relax a little bit finally after all these years, that you can, because I am, that you can finally relax and maybe say, hey, maybe just take it step by step, with things.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas I never thought I'd be
Yeah,
saying this.
you're completely right.
We're kind of seeing, yeah. And I think that people are becoming more enlightened and real about situations. And that's not to say, though, I could still have my head messed with. Um, but yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd say this to you a year or two ago, that I could see past I don't know, I could see past the trees to the sea or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely. I feel you can, and that's all cool with me. because yeah, I think I still can, but I can see through a lot of people's pain and suffering. So in that way, when I'm just gonna do my own thing, you know, when we are done here, and I'm gonna swim at the sea. It's actually really cool, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
Yeah. You mean you? That must mean you must live. Do you live close to the Danish coast? Then you're going to be at the sea,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
do you mean? Yeah, wasn't sure whether you meant figuratively and literally. Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yes. I've heard about some of those Scandinavian beaches. I've heard the dress code isn't that they're not too concerned about the dress code, but you know, that's another story. You know, I hear you can wear on some of the beaches there. I hear you can wear what would get you arrested in America, which is not much. Yes. Anyway,
Oh,
yes, get you arrested in
yeah,
America. Yeah,
for
but
being naked.
yes, yes. You know, that's a pretty blunt way to put it, but that's kind of the way it goes. And you know, that's neither here nor there about judgment, but yeah, I've heard the rumors that you know that Denmark is a little bit, or that Scandinavia isn't so concerned with it about America. But of course, you know, in America though, we'll let you watch anything you want to see with somebody getting shot up, cut up, stabbed up on TV. We have no problem with that, but
Yeah,
don't you dare take off your.
that happened. I think Denmark was one of the first countries to get internet. So there was this. It's extremely horrible. There was this site when you could actually you could actually see a man get killed on the internet. I think I don't want to mention it, but yeah.
No, I don't either, because we see it because on American television on any kind of drama show they show that about every night. But
Oh yeah,
yeah, I agree with you. And the thing is
but you can see
that's why
through the
I
drama. It's
admire. Oh yeah, there's a movies called Faces of Death over here where they show that stuff for real that you're talking about, like, and it's just disgusting. And that's why I've always
yeah.
admired Scandinavia, you know, not to mention I'm 95%, you know, or so Nordic, give or take, but um, anywhere in Europe, Italy, you know, other parts that are more into showing and being real about things and not so judgmental, yet they're not so hung up on all this violence and, you know, and stuff like that. And that's why I really appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate everybody from the Scandinavia contingency that's in these groups from Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, and you know all the great motherland countries as far as my heritage goes, and you know, and the Viking countries, and um, it's really exciting to see. I've always thought that Scandinavia has done a great job
But
in both technical advances and also their consciousness. But what I hear a but coming in. But the downside is what, or
but
it,
uh, uh, I think all the profits and all this is basically from Africa.
true, true. But see, then again, too, not USA.
Yeah, yeah. But and now it's I don't know. Do you know the times are changing as we speak? You know, it's yeah.
Yes, I'm speaking old news here, really. I mean, everybody's coming together in every country. I was just having a little fun with giving my own
Oh
country
yeah,
a bad time, you know,
yeah.
but it is true. But you look at Africa too. Oh, yeah, I mean, the most enlightened of what we've always should have known coming out of there, and it's kind of humbling. I'm just kind of putting it as far as an American goes. It's kind of humbling to well know what I've always known, that you know there is a bigger answer outside of here, and
Yeah,
It's just incredible to talk to people all over the world.
because it's going to be the golden age, what I've heard about.
Yes.
And then there we go further, and yeah, it's gonna be
No,
awesome. It's gonna
I
be
agree.
so.
And yeah, yeah, it's do you find that people in your own country are awakening on a mass scale? It's hard for me to ask that because I look at a country like Denmark and I think, well, people have always been kind of awakened. Is it a yes and no question? What I'm asking is, I guess, do you find that
Yeah,
in Denmark that,
yeah, I do. I
yeah,
find it in one of my best friends actually. More and more of my best friends become more enlightened, if you will, if they want to, of course. But when I speak the truth, people speak the truth with me. So in that case,
yeah, exactly, exactly. I feel what you're saying. Even somebody that may not, if you're among a group of people, they may not say it, but like when you're with them, they will speak the truth to you. On the other hand, did you find that for a few years, did it seem like though on the other hand too that some Danes were ever creeping into that kind of American capitalist greedy mindset in a way? And I don't mean again to throw my own country under the
yeah.
bus, but you know,
But I have been there as well. I'm probably still there because when I look at my when I look at my room, it's all American, Lowstone University, and I Nike and Packard Bell and I'm creative, you know.
yeah, man, I love your honesty and appreciate your honesty. Yeah, it's like all of a sudden you're looking at it and it's like, yeah, well, gee, yeah, all of a sudden you're looking at it, it's like, yeah, it is. I guess it would be kind of that way.
So
Your honesty is admirable. Yeah, and I mean, I guess that's the way it goes, and yeah, I that's thank God for the internet and these groups bridging that gap between us, and it's like, yeah, it's amazing, and it's
it really is.
it's kind of it puts me to loss for words. I know I'm sitting here on radio going, duh, but it does, and it's like what I never could understand though. I must have been incarnated in the wrong place because like I've always loved going back into the '70s, Canadian, Scandinavian pop
Yeah,
bands that were good. I mean, those
my
from there, but
parents.
right, but in America, though, we're so inundated with our own that, and then we force our own on other people. I mean, you take a great group like even, oh, I don't know, go way back, and ABBA, huge over there, in which they should have been over here, kind of middle of the road, and it's like we get, I'm sure, I don't know. This is my impression. Maybe it's just an American stereotype that people that you probably were growing up inundated with a lot of American music and culture. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. You're right.
So, and it probably sounds good. I think anything from afar, yeah.
That's the song from Tupac and Nas. I really like. In fact, should maybe I can put it on. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that would be okay. And the thing is, yeah, it's I always wonder too, like how when you hear the music like a Tupac over there, when you hear music like that kind of thing, do you guys understand? I mean, do you get the I guess it's not even language. Do you get the vibe for it and the feel for what they mean and what they're talking about? Okay. Yeah, these are all questions that are I know I already innately know, but it's just nice to connect with people from other places in the world and get that
Yeah,
we're all one. I think this ties to the fact that we are all one, and it's more so versus a language thing, whether you can understand him or not, which I know that most Scandinavians understand more than one language, unlike most Americans. It is, yeah, it's just about the feeling of it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
It's just
it's the feeling.
if you, I don't know, if you, if I don't know if you can say, if you just go out with a loving mind, you can, yeah.
You can pick it up. Yeah, you can pick it up, and even with language, even with things from over there that I couldn't understand that's in your language maybe, or in in German or whatever, I can feel the love and the vibe from it. Now,
Oh,
of course, my American mind is not intelligent enough to understand the words, whereas I know that, like, as far I just found out last night, if you're from Scandinavia, yeah, you can pick up, like, I was talking to somebody from Norway last night. I got to ask you, Stefan, and your languages are all similar. And like when you're listening to German, can you understand some of the words in German, even if you don't know German? Yeah, there's a base to the language, huh?
yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, yeah, and that kind of speaks to the humor of how we all are as humans, because like over in America, if I were like we were both listening to something we didn't understand, maybe from Germany, you'd pick up the base words, and you might, and I'd be looking at it and listening to it like I was listening to something from another planet, because we just don't know here. And I think that's what I really admire and am fascinated with about Europe, is Northern Europe. There's such a connection there with each other in their base language. Here, we wouldn't even know, I mean, very few of us would really know to even tell you what you could be telling us off and we wouldn't even know it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But the same thing is in this country. I don't know, like Turkish. I don't know it.
Yeah, well, yes, yeah, that would take me a couple lifetimes to try to figure out.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, definitely. But if you start listening to the music, maybe you can, and you're speaking with the people.
Mm, yeah, yeah, exactly. Their music, right? And talking to the people and the vibrations. I mean, I think that would do wonders on your subconscious, as far as even on a 3D level learning their language,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Definitely so. And I mean, it just goes to show you too. You wonder how much all these languages were put on Earth to deceive people at the beginning in the manipulation. Whenever a genetic manipulation was occurred, which we're pretty sure there was, you wonder these languages that were sent down here by whatever group you want to call them. I won't mention who they are, and throw their names out there, but because I don't want to, take focus off the subject, but
Oh,
you
okay.
wonder. You wonder though. Do you wonder, like, how all these languages are on Earth, right, and all these dialects, and do you wonder if any of that was to cause deception and separation?
Yeah, that might be very true.
Well, yeah, because we know that in our light bodies we speak probably telepathically with each other, and like you're saying, it's all love and knowing through, whether it's music. Music is a big part of that, and just knowing and feeling the passion. You
I
know.
love music.
Me
I
too.
listen to music. It's yeah. But
It's
you're right.
incredible.
You're right.
Just like this, if you Stefan, if you were alone among a group of people that were speaking a foreign language, right? Okay, now, or having a dialogue, could even if you didn't understand a word of that, could your heart pick up whether or not they were being loving, or then again, your innate, even though you might want to try to not say it is, but your innate would
Yeah, yeah.
tell you
I think
whether
I
they were
could. I
talking.
think I could actually.
Yeah, and if they were, but then on the other hand too, if they were talking shit, you wouldn't say nothing, but you would
Oh,
understand that you would
yeah, yeah.
understand the vibes.
Just, I would just walk away. No, and I'm just thinking about when I'm in a bus, for example. So I'm just gonna sit in the bus, wait till I get off, and it's all good.
Yes, and at the same right, exactly. But at the same time, you're innate. You could feel if there was. You could feel the hostility, even if you didn't understand what they were saying. Right? You could feel it in their language.
Yeah, I don't know whether if you've seen the video called Cumatica. It's really mind opening, you know. Cumatica, I can really it just says it all, basically.
Oh, I can't wait to
I'm
see it.
just
Maybe when I, yeah, when I post
I'm
this
just
link,
gonna
you can
write it
post, yeah.
here. I write it on
Traumatica.
your
It's called.
yeah, K
Yes,
Y M A
send it to my.
what?
Yeah, send it to my Facebook. Yeah, if you send it to my Facebook, I can
Yeah,
post
yeah,
with the.
I have done.
Cool. All right.
It's
Ask and I
just
shall receive.
incredible. What?
Yeah. No, yeah, ask and I shall receive. I was just kidding. I was saying, yeah, I mean, it sounds to me like I can feel it, that it really says it all about what we're kind of touching on.
Yeah, yeah, I think I watched it. I watched it. It's called uh, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. But I have seen so many documentaries. It's it's incredible.
Yeah, it really,
Because for the last 5 years or so, I have been doing something, but not really. Isn't had a work or some, you know. So
yeah.
I had a lot of illness, and yeah, but
Mm.
I'm all good now.
But you had a chance to watch a lot of these documentaries, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I had nothing but time, you know.
Yes. All day to do, yes, nothing to do and all day to do it. I know how the feeling goes. And but you really made a lot of your time, I think, watching these documentaries. And before the internet and before things of enlightenment, the only thing that we had was documentaries that could slip by, that only the boring people would watch, so they thought. And these documentaries, they would really tell us a lot about things, and really they would really make us thought provoke, because you weren't getting the same jargon that you're getting from mainstream media or some nightline news show shown after the news and prime time. And I agree with you, and I bet it really just eased your mind a lot to watch these, and and listen to
Yeah,
what they
yeah,
had to say.
definitely.
Yeah. And a documentary to me is just a fact-telling monotone show that talks about that. It's not some sensationalized show where it's on in prime time, say 8, 9 o'clock at night, right? And it talks about, oh, well, this, that, and who's, the prince is sleeping with the king, and the king is sleeping with the queen, and all that, and what, well, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
and that's all true. I think, you know, there's, because history is like, it's his story. So, there's a lot of angles to the whole history, I think.
I love that. I've never heard that put that way. I think I'm gonna patent that quote before you have a chance to. It's his story. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
his story. It's their story. To the
yeah,
victor goes the spoils, and yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, you know what, and unfortunately, we've been so arrogant that we haven't had enough of the divine feminine goddess, and we need to hear more of her story than his story. And yeah, yeah. But anyway, that's the truth, and exactly, I agree with you, and it sure is a long road. And I'm glad that in Norway, that and in Scandinavia, people seem to be of the really enlightened mind, like they are around the whole world, and waking up. And
yeah.
I know we
It's
were
it's
talking.
quite awesome. It's
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if you get these feelings when you it it starts at your head and it goes through your whole body. If you you had them, I guess.
Yes, I have. I'd like to, I'd like to start having more of them.
Yeah, me too. I have
But
them
I
if I
have.
some kind of music or just doing my thing, you know.
Mhm.
It's awesome.
Oh, perfect. It is, and you just described it perfectly. When you're in your flow and doing your own thing, and things are going good, I mean, those are those times where it's like, yeah, and and that enables you also to spread that love vibration out there and to
Oh,
show people.
okay, I
You know what
see.
I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah. When you feel that way like that, it just radiates off you. You could go into one, you could be feeling like that and go in that mode and go into one of the groups, and it wouldn't matter if you said hi or nothing. I mean, the vibration just flows, and it people pick up on
Oh,
that. And yeah, it's amazing.
okay. Thank you.
Well, yeah, yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for bringing that out and having us touch upon it. It's wonderful for sure.
Yeah, I definitely when I or something, I can get them as well, I think.
Oh, big time. Yeah, it's oh wow. Sure you do. You do, a few times over. It's incredible. And so I know that Norway, Sweden, they see the UFOs. Does Denmark get a lot of activity?
Uh, I think so. I
I
don't
would
really know.
I
I
would think.
know when I saw one for I don't know 3 4 weeks ago. There was this friend of mine who also saw a UFO the day after.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you know
Do you
it's all good. They're just watching our evolution.
They are just watching our evolution, and I would bet, and I've seen pictures from Scandinavia in the clouds in the day. Do you ever see like movements in the clouds by them in the day, like clouds that look disc shaped or
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. It's sometimes when I just look at the sky, I can feel this 4D. I mean, most of the time actually.
yeah, you can feel it, even if it's some rare moment where you can't see anything moving. You feel it. Or have you ever looked at I got to ask you, Stefan, and to think about this. Have you ever looked at a pure blue sky and seen some little like a little dark thing or something like that maybe nobody else could see, and it's like moving through the sky or something? Do you see things moving that probably other people aren't aware of?
Yeah, yeah. I've seen a Pleiadian mothership. In fact, uh, these cigar UFOs.
Yes, yes, they are. Yes.
So I've seen them. I've also seen white, like white O's, you know, like a little white rings. I don't know if what you call them.
Yeah. I know what you mean, though. Believe me, brother, I know what you mean. Yes, yes, of
Yeah,
course, and that shows it's your star family. It's your star family around you, telling you that
yeah.
they're there. It's just that they're there. And even if you went anywhere on a trip, if you went to Norway or Sweden, or you went, say, to Austria and you were camping or whatever, they would be there for you too. You would see them.
Okay. I want to go out on a trip now.
Yeah. Oh no, they follow you. They will be there for you. And if you go up into the higher elevation you go, the closer they will even get to you. But no, they're close to you, and Yeah, exactly. And people just, and the big thing, the big mistake we make is like in the beginning. I mean, have you ever been like so excited and tried to show somebody and they didn't want to see it or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. But they just agreed on, oh, we didn't see it, like, subconsciously.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of the way we play it off like that. Yeah, I agree. And you
See
can't, you know what
anything.
I learned is no, and when you show somebody that isn't ready to see it too, what I learned is, after being overzealous like that, I learned that you're just trying to you just interfere with their growth path when you
Oh,
try to
okay,
interject
okay.
their opinion. And
Yeah,
I had to learn that. And it sucks because you're wondering, you sit there going, don't you see that? Don't you see that? What is it? It's not nothing, and and then some people
yeah,
even say it's so demonic, or it's the cabal, or it's the world governments, and and even if it was, what gets me is that they wouldn't care about it. Why wouldn't they care if that's really all that it was too, and just something
yeah, yeah.
government? Why wouldn't they care? Why wouldn't they be more outraged than they were if it was a UFO? I mean, that in itself is beyond. It's like, okay, well, what the hell are they doing then? What the hell are they trying to do?
Talking about, no, the
Like,
people.
okay, like people that if you might show something like people that you might show something like that to, and they may say to you, okay, well, they see it, but they think it's part of the cabal or a government or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah, yeah.
nothing. Oh, don't worry about it. It's demonic, or it's government. Well, you wonder, well, even if that was the case, why wouldn't they be up in arms about it? Why wouldn't they care that the government has something that can travel interdimensionally like that, and it's obvious? I mean, why wouldn't they care that they have that much of a secret from us, that it's that long of a lie? I mean, that technology has to be thousands of years in the future, and it's kind of scary the
Yeah,
government
but
has that far ahead of us if that was the case, but which is,
yeah, but that's not the
yeah.
case.
And people, no, it's definitely not the case. And my point was, is people that don't care about it and want to just dismiss it as something government, even much less the people who won't even look up in the sky to see it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.